All right, welcome to Head Kick Audio. This is your host Steve. I'm with the co-host Crazy J, and we got a special guest, a very special guest, a UFC headliner, a middleweight contender, a killer gorilla, Jared Cannonier. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, Steve and John. How are you guys doing?
Oh, fantastic, buddy, fantastic. John, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I just got off work. I'm ready to kill this weekend.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be lots of killing going on. Trust me, we got a lot of shit. But we're gonna go ahead and get things started with Jared Cannonier. So, Jared, you're heading into your first UFC main event. How you feeling right about now, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Weight's good, no injuries, no complaints or anything like that. Camp is kicking off, and it's been going good so far.
Okay, and are there any nerves going into this here main event that's actually taking place? What is it, September 28th in Copenhagen, Denmark, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, all the way across the pond. No, I've never gotten nervous for any fight or anything like that. I've essentially accepted what could potentially happen in the octagon. So I don't really burden myself with nervous energy or anything like that.
Okay, well, I can almost guarantee that because I literally, before I left work, I was watching your fight with Iwan Kutalaba. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Not only is that my favorite light heavyweight fight of all time, but the way you turned Terminator about 1 minute left in round 3, son of a bitch, man. That's a scary dude, and your hands were down at your side. So I don't think there's any nerves. I believe it.
No nerves at all. My hands won't be down at my side again, but definitely no nerves.
Well, I tell you what, that probably got you a whole shit ton of fans, because that was not only was it cool, but it was also scary, because Iwan hits hard, man.
Yeah. Well, it definitely got me some fans, but more importantly, it made Dana White a fan of mine. So
there you go.
Enjoyed that fight. He made it a point to let me know after that one, as well as after my fight with David Branch. You know, he made it a point to meet me as I was exiting to shake my hand. Let me know how he enjoyed the fight and how he's excited for the future and stuff like that.
Well, it's certainly showing with the main event status we got here. Now, how is the relationship with Dana White? Is it as complex as other fighters seem to have it, or are things just pretty easy going with the boss?
To be honest, I don't really have much of a relationship. I've only met him and talked to him. Those 2 times was very quick and impromptu, and of course seeing him at the weigh-ins and stuff. So, you know, my relationship is as good with him as it is with anybody.
All right, see, Jonathan, we're not too far, man. We're not too far. All right, now since moving to the middleweight division, you've been on an absolute tear, and I know you fought as heavy as heavyweight. You were Alaska Fighting Championships heavyweight champ, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is middleweight... Now, this is 2 divisions below heavyweight. So there's heavyweight, light heavyweight, and now you're at middleweight. Is this your forever home, or have you left the door open for a 205 return?
205 is definitely doable still. Probably at this point in my career, it would probably be more doable for like a super fight, or I go back up for contenders match maybe, if not a title fight.
Okay.
But you know, at this point, depends on what happens with my weight. If my weight stays, if it sort of plateaus here, so that 85 remains easy, or who knows? Training for 5-round fights might change my body up, may change things up again. I may lose some more fat.
And how do you feel at middleweight as opposed to heavyweight or light heavyweight?
I feel just as good at middleweight as I did at any other weight. I don't have to drain myself to make weight. I don't have to drain myself, so I feel just as good at middleweight, if not as any other weight class. Difference is that my opponents aren't as big anymore, so I guess I get to be a little bit more imposing, if you will.
Okay. Yeah.
But other than that, it's the same. You know, the guys are just as good, if not better. They're definitely more well-rounded the lower the weight class goes. Um, and with it being the octagon, you can only expect to see the best fighters at that weight class in the world. So.
Yeah, middleweight's a very scary division, and I actually heard. I don't know who said it. Okay, so I can't quote the guy. I'd love to give him props because I thought it was actually pretty intelligent. But he said middleweights are just heavyweights that know how to cut weight.
I think that was me who said that.
No shit.
And I said that about light heavyweights. Light heavyweights are just heavyweights who cut weight.
Well, you're taking it a step further, going all the way down to middleweights. Now, and I know you.
Middleweights.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say middleweights are more like light heavyweights who cut weight, but that's a 20-pound difference. That's a totally different type of body type.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that didn't really apply to I don't think it applies as much to middleweights as it does to light heavyweights.
Okay. Well, then I will give you your props, sir. Thank you for the quote.
Well, thank you.
Okay, now I know I've heard you in a couple post-fight interviews. You've joked about welterweight. Now, is that like a joke, or is it a viable option at this point with the weight coming off as easily as it has been?
Well, like I said, we're starting to do more training for 5-round fights, which probably entail a lot more conditioning, which would, burn a lot more fat. It will lean out my muscles. So, with that being said, if I'm hitting 185 easy, let me rephrase it. If I can hit 170 easy, then I'll make it. But if it's going to be like, you seen me stumble up to the scale, face drawn in, and me looking like I've sucked some of my vitality out of myself just to make 170, I'm not going to do that. So I don't need that much of an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely fucking shredded at middleweight. It's a fucking scary sight to see a guy as cut as you, but you still have the endurance, you still have the power. You've got everything a champion needs. Now, this is, basically a fucking title eliminator of sorts. Jack Hermansson, he's on quite a tear as well. What do you think happens after this fight? We're hoping for the W here, but what do you think happens if we do get it?
Well, when I get the W, who knows what's going to happen? It will definitely shoot me up in the rankings, probably put me top 5, which will put me a lot more closer to title contention. The way the division is shaping out, we have Romero and Costa fight next week.
Mm-hmm. Banger.
You have the championship bout.
Yeah, Adesanya Whitaker.
That's going down.
Another banger.
So it's starting to shape up. So what could potentially happen is I'll win this fight. One of those guys win their fight, and maybe they put me and put us and maybe do a contenders fight in the year.
Okay.
Or who knows?
Wow. Okay, so you're looking at getting this one in September and then fighting again before the end of the year.
I would like to fight again before the end of the year. Yeah.
Okay, and what kind of pace, as far as how many fights per year, do you like to keep?
At least 3.
Okay.
At the very least 3 fights a year.
And if you can get more in, I'm sure you'd want more, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. As long as I'm healthy and in shape. Hell yeah.
Well, fuck. All right. I like that answer. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my boy Crazy J over there. Jonathan, what do you got for Killa Gorilla?
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for taking time out of your day to kick it with us knuckleheads over here.
Yeah, no problem. I love talking about mixed martial arts. I'm a huge fan of mixed martial arts, so I love talking about it. So.
Well, there you go. We lucked out.
Yeah, we did. The first question I got for you is, since moving down to the middleweight division, you've taken out David Branch and Anderson Silva, both in spectacular fashion. Both were ranked at the time you put them down. What do you think has been the biggest factor to your middleweight success?
Good question, Don. Good question.
Well, I guess the fact that I'm not fighting heavyweights who cut weight anymore. These guys aren't as big as they were. They're not as strong as as strong as they're not as strong in this division. That 20 pounds of 20 pounds of weight behind you punching is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are just for me, those are just minor things, minor implications to me cutting weight. I think mostly, and it's the same with it's been the same throughout my career. It's just my mindset, Also, the training that I'm getting at the MMA lab is, it's a different level of training, and it's definitely prepared me for all the what's the word? Anything to expect in the octagon.
Okay.
So just more, I've gained more confidence. I've always been confident, but I've gained more confidence with the more skills I've acquired. The better the more that I've sharpened these tools, the more confidence I have. So,
to make yourself like more well-rounded, like a more well-rounded fighter.
Yeah.
Okay, I can dig that. Excuse me. My second question I got for you is, how did it feel to get a win over Anderson Silva, who is a legend in the MMA world?
To be honest, it felt as good as any other win.
Damn. You're a fucking killer. Damn. I was sorry. I was not expecting that.
Well, that's just how I feel about it, and that's the way I approach the fight in general. I'm not here to fight Anderson Silva, the greatest of all time. I'm here to fight this human being who's, is just as capable as I am, who's just as susceptible as I am to what we do, to mixed martial arts. So it's only a matter of me doing it to him before he does it to me.
Gotcha. Yeah, it kind of seems like you had to be in that right mindset, because if you were not in the right mindset, it could have gone like a completely different way.
Yeah.
Well, that's how Silva beat most of his opponents. They were finished before they even got in there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just standing across the octagon in awe of what could potentially happen, what this man has done, and what he can do. And for me, it's what I'm going to allow him to do, or at least what I'm going to allow him to do.
Oh man.
So if I let him go in there and set up those nice kicks and stuff, then maybe I deserve to get front kicked in the face or a spinning kick inside the head, something like that.
Oh man.
Yeah, but again, the name of the game is I take it, when I heard Mayweather say it, and it really stuck to me. I really love that approach to the fight game. The game is to hit and not get hit. So,
sound advice.
I hit a lot harder than Mayweather. We don't have 16-ounce gloves on. So, I can dig it. I can hit. I don't have to hit you as many times.
Yeah.
Hit you a couple of times, and as long as I don't get hit within that time, then it's all good.
That's fucking awesome.
Now my third question I got for you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong at any point in this question. When you lived and fought in Alaska, how difficult was it to manage camps in between the light and dark months?
To manage camps?
Yeah, like your training camp, fight camp.
Okay. Well, the schedule stayed the same. I worked. Well, luckily, at the job I had, I was able to, alter the schedule to where I can stay working day shifts, and I have to work during the time where I needed to be training. So I would work, wake up in the morning, go to work, get off work at like 4 in the afternoon, either go straight home and try to get my stuff ready, get something to eat before I have to be at the gym at 5. And then be at the gym till like 9:30 at night. Go home and eat dinner at 10, and go to bed at 10:30, and wake up the next day and do it all over again. So it was a lot of sacrifice, as far as spending time, having time for myself, and spending time with my family. But again, it was it really wasn't. I never really had fight camps, to be honest. I just train. I just train, and whenever I have a fight coming up, I just train with that thought in mind that that I have a fight coming up. I need to train as if I have a fight coming up, not to just be training. So
Yeah.
there's not too much difference to my training. Just maybe specific techniques that we can expect to see, or techniques that I expect to employ. But other than that, it's business. Business. It was business as usual. Go to work, get off, go to the gym, go home.
Okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you did something in aviation, right?
Yeah, I worked for the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration,
Yeah.
and it was essentially the same thing I did in the Army. I maintained air traffic control equipment, so radios, beacons, radar, stuff like that controllers and pilots use to send and receive information.
And you fixed all that shit?
Yeah, I worked on a satellite telecommunication system up there, which is quite similar to our cable, our cable internet thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Not trying to hijack you or anything, Jonathan, but now I'm intrigued.
Oh, you're fine.
You've got a career in aviation technology, I'll just call it, for a lack of a better term. How did your family feel about you wanting to pursue a career of, cage fighting?
You mean my wife?
Well, family, wife, anybody.
To be honest, it didn't matter what anybody thought. When I started pursuing this goal, this is something I knew I had to do. Like, as far as martial arts goes, as far as fighting the UFC and fighting for money, that was secondary to the reason why I was fighting. I trained because I love to do it. I love martial arts. I love how it allows me, and it's another way for me to explore myself, to channel myself, a whole bunch of things. A whole bunch of self growth was involved in it, which is why I really liked it. The fact that I'm pretty darn good at it, and can make a pretty penny off of it is again, it's secondary to that fact. So when I was fighting and when I got a good contract in the UFC, remember when working for the FAA never brought me a lot of satisfaction.
Okay.
I wasn't like excited to go to work and fix a piece of equipment. I'm excited to go to the gym and fix my weak muscles that I may have, fix holes in my technique, learn how to throw a triangle up properly and secure it, control posture and stuff like that. I love doing that. Eventually, I think about it. I'm a huge fan of the sport, combat sport in general. I'm from Dallas. I'm a huge Cowboys fan, Mavericks fan, Rangers, Stars. You name it. If it got Dallas in front of it, I'm behind it.
You hear that, Jonathan? Texas boy over here.
I don't know about those Cowboys, but we'll leave it at that.
Well, you know how the saying goes. How about them? If you don't know, then you don't know. But one thing I will say is that when I started fighting, when I started training, I stopped watching all that. I don't watch football, I don't watch basketball or anything. Like, I still support, you know what I'm saying? I still hold it down, but I don't watch. If it's not going to give me any information, if I can't study it and apply it to what I do here, then essentially it's a waste of my time.
Damn.
So,
gotcha. Yeah, you can't lose that focus,
So yeah, in thinking about it all the time, in focusing on it all the time, I was able to get good at it really fast and get good enough to get a good contract from the UFC. And beforehand, like when I first got on with the UFC, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna quit my job, I'm just gonna train all day. I wanted to live that fight life. But real life set in, I had my first fight, didn't win, and realized that, those entry level checks aren't really a lot of money.
Yeah, no, they're not.
So I decided to stick with the FAA, make my money, and continue to, try to advance myself in the UFC. And things started to work out. I got a couple of wins, a couple of bonuses, paid off some debt, and got a new contract. And after this, And when I made the move to quit the job, it wasn't like, okay, we got this much money saved up. We could go over here for a whole year and do it. It was a real leap of faith. We had like maybe half a year's worth of money,
Oh shit.
just to live off of. But again, I knew what I was capable of, and we made that move. Took that leap, quit my job, and essentially I'm relying on myself in this regard. What I put into it is what I'm gonna get out of it, and I'm pouring all of myself into this. So it's easy to do because I love it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, absolutely. That's actually pretty incredible.
Yeah, and it's not a job if you're doing something you love,
Absolutely, man.
What else you got for him, John?
Well, my final question I got for you is, what do you like to do in your spare time when you're not training or getting ready for a fight?
Well, I like to. Of course, I have my family, so we find things to do with them. As far as myself, I like to play video games.
Oh, you gotta drop a game. You gotta drop a game now.
Well, right now I'm playing Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh,
nice.
I'm playing that in preparation for the remake that's coming out next year. But I don't have too many other adults living in the house with me, and my wife is not a big gamer. So growing up, it used to be fighters. It was Tekken, Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, and of course my favorite was Bloody Roar. So, but after I left home, I didn't have nobody to play with. It used to be my brothers and cousins, but I don't have nobody to play with now. So after a while, it became role-playing games, one-player action-adventure games, stuff like that. I don't really play too many other first-person shooter games. I don't play no Call of Duty or Fortnite or anything like that. So I know how to shoot people. I don't need to simulate it and.
I hear that. Plus, they're overrated anyway, so you're all good.
Yeah, I really think that some of those games desensitize people to the aspect of shooting and murdering other human beings. I'm not saying that video games cause violence in people, but I will say that it definitely desensitizes people. And that can be said about anything. If I hear hate all day, I'm going to be desensitized to it. If I'm in the heat all day, I'll become desensitized to it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I can agree with that.
But that's one of the reasons why I don't like those games, because I'm not the type to just shoot up some shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't join the army. I didn't join the army and go infantry. You know what I'm saying? Some people like that stuff. I don't get it. But that's not my shit. I only shoot and kill when I have to.
There you go.
To be honest, I'd rather, I'm you know me, man. I love the hand-to-hand combat. So
yes, you do. You're kind of good at it. You're kind of good at it.
We can handle this like civilized human beings, who are unafraid of the outcome, and we can walk away with our lives and limbs.
Damn.
I like that. I like that take on it. Excuse me. Well, that is all I've got for you, Jared. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm kind of walking around my house because I'm so fucking excited over here.
Are you getting ready for September, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I can't fucking wait, man. I can't wait to see you go in there and just knock some dude's head off, man.
It's gonna be great, man. I'm super excited. I'm really excited. Last fight was super fun being in there, with Anderson Silva. I really like the aspect of just fighting. You know what I'm saying? I like to get in there and, you give me somebody to fight, it's going down.
Okay, I like that. Well, what else you got for our guest of honor, Mr. Steve?
Okay, so I got a couple non-fight related questions, if you're cool with that.
Okay.
Okay, what's in your iPod or your Google Play or your phone? What type of music are you listening to during camps? Or fight preparations, because you don't do camps.
Well, I don't have any particular music that I listen to. To be honest, a lot of people like to listen to music or stuff to get ready for whatever. To me, man, that's I think music can be brainwashing.
Oh shit!
So
Okay.
I don't listen to a lot of music. The only music
Wow.
that is usually being played during training is the music that someone else put on.
Okay. So
I
there's nothing that'll
definitely-
put you in a good mood or nothing that'll.
There's definitely music. There's definitely music that I will allow to brainwash me and make me feel a certain way. There are some certain music, but I like music with no words. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to tell me how to feel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Let the music do what it needs to do. Let the sound and the vibration do what it's supposed to do. And we'll go from there. But I don't need nobody telling me how to feel and what to feel. And,
I have a feeling if they did, you'd mess them up pretty good.
No, I'm not a body type. I can easily X people out of my world. You don't have to be in my vision. I don't have to pay you. I don't have to give you that energy, my attention. You know what I'm saying? Because that's energy to me. If I give you my attention, that's my energy I'm giving you. And I don't have to give my energy to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I choose. So, hey, get off of that cat. Get off. And that's the way I like to run things. You know what I'm saying? It puts me in control of what I have to be exposed to. I don't watch a lot of stuff on TV because it's a lot of bullcrap, and it ain't gonna help me do anything. So one thing I do watch is anime because I like anime. I'm very imaginative.
Okay, now you gotta tell me give me like 3. Give me top 3.
Top 3?
Top 3.
I don't have tops, but I will give you some of the ones that
All right, go ahead.
The ones that we're watching now.
What you got?
I really like the Shippuden series. Naruto Shippuden. What else? Of course, Dragon Ball. That's everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
There's so many, man. Dragon Ball was good. Death Note is good. There's just too many to name, man. My Hero Academia. I like that one.
I'm surprised I didn't hear Naruto.
I did say Naruto Shippuden, the Shippuden series.
Oh, okay. I'm not a big anime guy, so maybe I missed that. My bad.
Yeah, I watched the first Naruto, but Shippuden is the better one. I like Shippuden better. Naruto gives you the breakdown. This is who these people are. This is what they do. This is how they act. Blah 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 blah. But Shippuden is when the story really comes to a head, shit really starts happening. I like.
Right on. Okay, now my sister, she actually moved to Alaska like right outside of high school. Okay, and I was actually talking to a buddy of mine, saying I need to go visit her, and then we booked this interview, and I'm like, he was the AFC champ over there, so he's got to know where some good eats in Alaska are at.
All right, let me pull out my notebook here.
Yeah, hook me up, bro, because I am a foodie. I'm only 5'6", and I'm not I'm not too fat, but I'm a nice 180. But I love food, man. So hook me up. Hook me up.
All right. Well, you going to Anchorage?
Anchorage is where she lives. Yeah.
Okay. Well, top of the list, for pizza is definitely have to be Moose's Tooth.
Okay.
All right. That one is a nationally recognized pizza place.
All right. I love pizza.
What's another place? Taco King.
Taco King?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that that's high quality food, but it does taste good.
Is it like the Alaskan Taco Bell or?
No, it's not like the Taco Bell. It's a restaurant. I would say it's a step above Taco Bell, but not quite. What's a high-end Mexican restaurant?
Like Auténticos.
Yeah, not like Auténticos.
Okay, I got you.
So Taco King has got some good food.
All right.
Winky's Wings has got some good wings.
Love wings. I'm getting hungry over here.
They have the Loco Mocos I like to get from there, which is like a Samoan dish. Not necessarily a dish, but a Samoan thing.
Okay.
That tastes good too.
Okay, now if I want a burger, because I'm kind of a burger guy, where am I going for a burger?
So, there's a lot of places that got some decent burgers. I hear Tommy Burger is pretty good. I haven't been there. If I have, I don't remember it.
Okay.
One of the places that I used to go to was Billy. Hey, It was Village Inn,
Village
which
Inn?
is that's a chain. It's a chain. They have
Yeah.
them here. They have
Yeah,
them
they're
there.
pretty good. They're all right.
Yeah, they have what they have are hand pressed burgers. I like the way they have their hand pressed patty, not no frozen patty
Yeah.
that's been formed on a conveyor belt or something like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then where am I going for steak? Where am I going for steak?
steak, steak. I don't know. We always went to Cattle Company.
Okay.
Yeah, Cattle Company for our steak.
Okay, and is that like a restaurant or is that like just a place where you get
Yeah.
steaks?
It's a restaurant.
Okay, so Cattle Company. Okay. All right,
Now,
and then
if you want to cook your own steak, there's a place called what was it, Mr. Prime Rib?
oh, okay, I'd
I
trust
think that's
that.
the name of it. You go to get, have a select a whole bunch of cuts of meat, seafood stuff.
Oh man, I'm super hungry now.
Me too.
What is what is something that Alaskans eat that the rest of the country would think is kind of different or weird?
Huh. Shit.
I told you I was a
They
foodie,
eat
man.
everything.
I had some food questions.
Yeah, Alaskans eat about anything, right? Everything. Nothing out of the ordinary that I can think of.
So there's no signature Alaskan dish, huh?
Salmon.
Salmon?
Salmon, crabs, scallops.
Okay, so
shrimp.
seafood. You guys are known for
Yeah.
your seafood. Okay. Yeah, no, I had a couple guys working for me at a warehouse a few years ago that they would take summers up and go up to Alaska to go on the boats and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know they made some pretty decent money. All right, I got a couple more questions for you, and we'll keep it pretty short here. Hey, see now my boy's going. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You be nice. Okay. What is next after your fighting career is over?
After my career's over, after my career's over, I would hope to have enough money to have established myself a couple of businesses.
Okay.
Keep bringing in money, some residual income.
Uh-huh.
And then other than that, I just want to teach and train. Ultimately, I want to open up a gym back in my old neighborhood. Right there, what I would pass everybody to go, everybody out there to see the gym. And 'cause there's a lot of potential out there. Only way they filter that potential is through football and baseball and basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the three main sports. We didn't have wrestling in our school. I wish we had that with a wrestling school. So there's hardly any there's no push to put our boys and especially our girls in combat sports. It's all football, basketball, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of potential out there. And there is Fortis in the main Dallas, which is a prominent gym.
Yeah, Fortis is pretty good, man.
Yep, there's a prominent gym over there, and but that's like central on your way to North Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from South Dallas, Oak Cliff, DeSoto, Duncanville area.
Okay.
I don't think there were any good mixed martial arts gyms there, or even jiu-jitsu gyms. So that's what I want to do. Something I want to do to get back to my community. And also to help those kids out, because I know that if the opportunity was there, you probably have a lot more fighters coming out of Dallas, Oak Cliff specifically.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because the atmosphere, at least when I was growing up, the atmosphere of Oak Cliff was at least if you're a boy, you need to be able to protect yourself.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be no little bitch. You can't be a little bitch hanging around because motherfuckers, fools will take advantage of you.
Mm-hmm.
And, or sometimes they won't. And I'm not gonna say it was rough, you know what I'm saying? But at least for me, my perspective, you can't walk around there like a little soft. Yeah. And even if you do, that's fine, you know what I'm saying? But if you're able to protect yourself, protect your friends and your family without going to pick up a gun, leave that boy alone. You see me on the phone. Be quiet. But you know what I'm saying? You have a lot less of people picking up guns.
Yeah.
They got enough balls to throw some hands. You know what I'm saying? Some of these fools are just too scared to get hit in the face. You know, they think they too damn pretty and stuff. So,
well, I'm definitely not in that club.
that among other reasons, you know, I think in our society we focus a lot on building up what's external to ourselves as opposed to building up what's internal. We don't focus on maturing ourselves internally. You know, that's why I feel like a lot of us aren't ready for college as soon as we get out of high school. We're not ready for the real world when we get out of high school because we know what's out there. You know, we can go to college and you can get a job and work, you know, blah, 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 get a car and a house and stuff. But what they got to do with you? You ain't going to take none of that stuff with you. And, you know, it just leads, I think it leads to a depressing lifestyle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a survivalist. You know, you're just thinking about survival. How can I get some money? How can I get some food? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I think if we take a step back and start developing ourselves internally, we may have a lot less external conflict.
You are a brilliant mind, sir.
Well, you know, I don't want to pat my own self on the back or anything like that.
Well, if you can reach, go ahead and give yourself one, because goddamn. You know what I think? A lot of people, they need to hear this type of shit, though. You know what I'm saying? They need to hear that there's alternatives than to, you know, being in a gang or, you know, shooting up a mall or a school. There's alternatives. There's always, you know, something positive as opposed to something negative out there. And I do think that you're right, that if people were able to experience that, or it was easily accessible, like a gym, because most gyms, you know, they're built around respect. You know, the guys over at Fortis MMA, they don't do anything without their coach's approval. So, you know what I mean? It's like they respect that, and it's turning them all into killers, which is probably counterproductive to the point I'm trying to make here, but not that type of killer anyway. But, I mean, they're all decent human beings. At the end of the day, they're all good guys, and I mean, I think if it was easily accessible, we'd have a lot less, you know, the shit that we got going on right now.
Yeah. Or who knows, man? Maybe it'll make things worse. You'll never know.
Right. Well, there's one side that'll tell you it's worse, and there's one side that'll tell you it's right. So it's
right.
You're never gonna find a middle ground as long as we're as divided as we are today.
But that's the thing, though, right? I think we're just too individualistic in our regards, you know what I'm saying? There's no, for lack of a better term, there's no hive mentality among human beings, you know? Well, so if you had a whole community of people looking out for each other instead of looking out for themselves, I think that could change, that'll change a few things as well.
True, but in today's world, you got to watch out for your neighbors, like literally.
Yeah, exactly. But if you have a whole community, it ain't you who just have to watch out for them. It's everybody's watching out for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's a good example? I'll just use your family for instance, right?
Okay.
If you have one person in your family who doesn't seem quite right, you know what I'm saying? Who's always angry, and you're the only one who's watching, and then you know, this is a bad example. But you know, the more the merrier, as the saying goes.
Yeah.
But no one can necessarily tell what'll work until we try it out and see.
Exactly, and I think there's too much of people not giving up a little bit. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about in a sense of like giving up hope or giving up faith, but giving up a little bit. Like, if you're saying something, I'm not going to give anything up on my views, on my point of view. I'm not going to give anything up because in my mind, I'm right, you're wrong, just because your opinion is different. Now, there's a big difference between wrong and different.
Right, there is.
So,
and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I feel personally that I'm so comfortable with myself that I can have a conversation with somebody who has completely opposite views of mine, and I'm not going to get upset with them. I'm not going to try to force my opinion down their throat. I'm like, well, it's very interesting you feel that way. I personally feel this way. And that's just it.
And that should be it. You know what I mean? That should be it.
Yeah.
Not end of the conversation, but it doesn't need to escalate.
It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? You live your life according to, however you choose to live your life. As long as it's not interfering with mine or anybody else's, you can do whatever the hell you want to.
Damn. See, we probably have different views, but I'll agree with you right there 100%. And like I said, I think it just goes back to we got to be able to give up a little bit. Hey, boys, come on.
Yeah.
We got to be able to give up a little bit ourselves because you're never going to find a middle ground as long as we're as, stuck up as we are. The human beings are a disgusting, or they're turning into a pretty disgusting race. You know what I mean? As a whole, because of a select few. Because I'm pretty sure the rest of the world, and that it sucks that we're judged by, very few, puts a bad name on the whole, like, the human race.
Well, yeah, you're right. And you're wrong, you know what I'm saying? Based on whoever's perspective,
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's such a wide, it's just, the human race is such a very wide spectrum of characteristics and personality traits, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think, again, if there was a hive mentality in place and we all had these set standards and morals that we all live by, which there essentially is, you know what I'm saying? We know it's not good to go around killing people. You're not going to go around hitting people for no reason. You're not going to go around stealing from someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all understand that we all require food, air, and water to survive.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we can all agree that these are things that this is the type of world that we want to live in. We don't want to live in a world where we gotta, buy bulletproof backpacks for our kids and be mad at our leaders for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? If everybody had that moral standard, I guess, I don't know what to call it.
A moral standard. That sounds perfect right there.
Then maybe this place will be a little bit better. And that's not to say that this place is bad, because I think we as Americans are very blessed to be in the country that we are in.
It could be way worse. It could be worse.
It could be so much worse. With that being said, I do understand why people complain and they're upset with conditions, because that's the whole purpose of life, is for it to be as easy and as enjoyable as possible.
Yeah.
So for everybody, you know what I'm saying? And if that's probably why you have so many problems, because it's not as easy and as enjoyable. So you got people who get mad, who do this, to do that. So again, that hive mentality with which we work together to achieve that goal, I think would benefit a lot of people.
Well, I think that's very, very well put. And I wasn't meaning for this conversation to even get anywhere close to where we just were, but I'm really glad it happened, man. I'm really glad it happened.
We started talking about food.
Oh, we got a little off track then. We got a little off track. All right. Well, my last question for you, sir, is you got Jack Hermanson on the 28th of September. So that's almost 2 months away, a little bit like a month and a half, sort of. Somewhere in there like that. Okay, main event, UFC Copenhagen is what I'm sure they're going to dub it. Do you know what fight number the card is?
I think it's UFC on ESPN 18, I believe.
Okay, UFC on ESPN 18. So that would be the plus then, right?
Yeah, ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus. So this is Jared Killa Gorilla Cannonier. He's headlining. He's fighting Jack Hermanson, another middleweight contender. This is, like I was saying, it's essentially a contender's bout, or one fight away from that. The winner here probably going to fight in a title eliminator. How do we get things done against the Joker, and what round?
Preferably a knockout in the first round. Easy money. Um, but Jack pushes the pace. He definitely brings the fight, which is why I'm going to predict the knockout in the first round. He's going to have to get close enough to get his game off. And only thing I have to do is defend his takedowns, not get hit, and do some hitting of my own.
Okay, all right. So you're predicting that his forward movement is going to be his ultimate demise?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. If he's not watching out for them hands, he going to get got. I've seen what you can do, man. I've seen what you can do. I know you can take a shot from the biggest and baddest on planet Earth. So I'm really, really, really excited for this fight. I'm really glad that the UFC is pushing you because you are exciting. You're brilliant. Your style is fan friendly. I mean, there's a lot going on with you as a fighter. I think the UFC is kind of picking up on that, and that's why we're here.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay. Also, before I let you go, is there anybody you would like to thank? Sponsors, training partners, family, whatever. I'll give you as long as you want. The floor is yours, my friend.
Well, where should I start? I shall start with my team. I'm down here at the MMA Lab. These guys have, helped me come a long way as far as helping me develop as a fighter and helping progress my career in the UFC specifically. Our team just had a loss, so I want to shout
Vincent.
I want to shout out to the Arredondo family, his wife Tracy, his twin brother Alex, and his wife Precious, their child Alessio, I believe his name is. And the rest of the Arredondo family, his mothers, brothers, the rest of his family, is very tragic what happened. I'm about to start crying just talking about it, but
yeah,
I'm gonna miss him, man. He was, I think he fought at, was it 45 or 55? No, he fought at 55.
Yeah.
But, we'd be in there sparring, and he'd be like, Jerry, you got somebody? He'd come in here and give me rounds, and they were never easy rounds. He was definitely a very good fighter, a really good friend, and I loved him as a teammate. And he's going to be missed. So shout out to the Arredondo family yet again, and to who else? All the fans. A lot of fans. I've gained a lot of fans in the last couple of years, and the support is definitely appreciated. So please continue watching. I'm only getting better, so only expect to see better. What else?
You got any sponsors?
Not necessarily. No.
Okay.
Who else would I like to thank? My manager, Lou DeBono.
All right. Okay.
And First Round Management. It's just been, since signing with him, he was the one who brought me my contract to the UFC, so he helped open the door to get me in there. That among other things. So I want to thank him, and
he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job.
He's got some good. Yeah, he's got some good fighters. He's got some good fighters under him. So he's doing really good. So we're gonna keep this train rolling. Go get it. What's the word?
A title?
Yes. bring yet another title to First Round and to the MMA Lab.
Yes,
so
sir.
Other than that, of course, I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Killa Gorilla MMA. So go over there, like all that stuff. And what else? I think that's it.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I think fans need to keep their eye on you for sure. I definitely don't see this fight going the distance, and we're wishing you good luck. Hopefully you come out with a W, and hopefully it's another big fight right after that, whether it's Costa, Yoel, or for a title. And thank you for your time. You've made this a lot easier than we thought it was going to be. You're our first UFC headliner. We've talked with a couple UFC guys, but nobody at this level. And like I said, you made it really easy. So I think that fans could probably expect the same if they were to run into you, on the street or something.
Yeah. Well, the fans are always appreciate fans. So I'm not being noticed too much just yet. It was kind of funny. I came from in Brazil. Everybody noticed me out there, especially after the fight. As soon as we landed in Houston, nobody noticed me. It was kind of funny because one of my teammates was with us, and he's got the beard, Irish look, and everybody was like, and he told us like during the fight, people were always mistaken for Conor McGregor. So as soon as we get back, I'm expecting people like, "Oh, you just beat Anderson Silva. Can I have a picture?" Nope. Like, excuse me, sir, but are you Conor McGregor? It's like, oh man.
Oh, that's funny.
So fans are funny. Fans are always fun to interact with as well. The good ones and the bad ones. I love even
the haters.
The people. Yeah, even the haters. It's entertainment to me. Again, that energy, I know how to use it. And y'all can say whatever the hell y'all want to say. It has absolutely no effect on me unless I allow it to.
All right. Well, like I said, again, dude, thanks for getting down with us knuckleheads here over at Head Kick Audio. We really do appreciate you taking what's already an hour. That didn't even seem like an hour. That felt like 15 fucking minutes, man.
It really is an hour, man. It's almost 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. So let's do this again. After you win, heal up, and let's talk about Copenhagen. Let's talk about Denmark. Let's talk about your travels. Let's talk about what's next. All that shit. Let's do this again, man.
Hell yeah, man. It was fun.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody. That's Jared, the Killa Gorilla Cannonier. Fighting September 28th in Copenhagen, Denmark. UFC on ESPN Plus 18.
Yep.
All right, cool.
That's it.
All right, man. Well, we'll be seeing you, here in a month and a half if we don't catch you at a local fight here.
All right, then. Well, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, Jared. Thank you for the time, sir. You have yourself a good night.
All right, guys.
Later.
Later.